Hi, everybody. Good Friday, and welcome back. And thanks for being here as we wrap up a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood and more beautiful weather and temperatures to come. It's not going to be completely filled with showers and storms. They are intermittent throughout your forecast, but man, we've got above average temperatures and conditions for days, and who knows, maybe spring will stick around this time. We'll see. I know what we'll also be seeing in a few hours if you're catching the early show. Yep, Cats and USCLA, that's going to be on the minds and in front of the eyes of everyone tonight, and we will certainly be with you on that regard. Tonight's headlines will include coverage, and exclusive coverage, mind you. That's why we're here. Of last night's annual roundtable veterans discussion, a meeting held, a whole lot of folks there representing and bringing with them a whole lot of knowledge and information, and I'll be sharing as much with you of that tonight as I can. And a stunning development just a few hours ago, no more than two, Eric C. Kahn pleading guilty today and now facing jail time after a long, drawn-out process that has involved everything from nearly 2,000 people losing their benefits, some of those taking their lives as a result. And the story may be reaching some finality for some. We'll have that. And a man sought after for days. We now know his official whereabouts. All that and more detail in just a few moments. Let me begin with our first story tonight. Well, a few breaking headlines, at least one, is rendering for this evening, and that is coverage of last night's annual roundtable meeting. Veterans from across Magoffin County, the Chapter 15 area of the DAV, as well as a host of other individuals representing Hal Rogers' office, as well as the Huntington VA, Rand Paul's office, representatives from the area and the region, John Blanton, Larry Brown, and many others, all convened on the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center last night in downtown Sagersville to bring with them information and answer as many questions as they could about anything that may be affecting the lives of our veterans. Last night's meeting was an opportunity for local and area veterans to get questions answered, to find out about services, to find out about bills currently before our legislators, and get updates on various programs and facilities, all from a panel that consisted of representatives from the Huntington VA, Hal Rogers' office, Rand Paul's office, Representative Larry Brown of the 95th District, John Blanton of the 92nd District here in Magoffin County, and Knott and part of Pike, Veterans Affairs, and other organizations, all centered around serving those who have served our country.
It's a good opportunity for veterans to come out. If they got questions answered, get updates, if they got issues going on, get those taken care of. We've also got informational table to help with those type things. And when it's over, they'll have an opportunity. If they got things that's going on that can't get resolved, the folks will work one-on-one with them and usually gets things taken care of.
And while there were many veterans there who had questions or concerns about their own individual situation or needs, there was one broad subject or topic on everyone's mind to some degree, that the possibility still of a nursing home, a veterans nursing home being built here in Magoffin County, for which Representative John Blanton gave an update following his amendment to a bill that said that the Kentucky General Assembly basically supported getting the remaining 47 allotted beds after the Bowling Green facility gets their requested allotment, and then another 20 to 25 beds from an existing facility that's going to be downsized and remodeled, so to speak, and those approximate 70 beds being given to a nursing home to be built in Magoffin, saying that it's still very possible that Magoffin County will get a veterans facility, but that it will take some time.
Folks, get prepared for a long, slow process. Okay, we don't do these and they happen the next day. But when Bowling Green gets through the process and they come off that federal priority 1 list, I'm going to be ready to knock at the general door, maybe laying outside his doorstep when he leaves that morning, to file our application for Magoffin County to get the nursing home here in Magoffin County. So that bill is due to pass this coming week on either Wednesday or Thursday, go to the governor for signature, and at this point we don't see that there's any reason why that it's not going to pass out of the Senate, or any reason why the governor won't sign off on it. So what it has done is kept us in the hunt to ensure that Magoffin County is on that list to get a nursing home once Bowling Green gets their nursing home. So sometimes we have to make compromises. And I got put in a position to make a compromise and try to keep us in that fight to see if we get a nursing home or walk away with nothing. And I wasn't about to walk away down there with nothing.
And there was a host of other information available as well. For example, Mr. Brian Nemo, the director for the Huntington VA Medical Center, he had information on a new residential addiction program that's in the works for veterans, as well as information about the choice program, the 40-30 rule, which the VA is asking to be done away with. That rule that says basically you have to be within 40 miles or 30 days out, and that doing away with that rule should open up and increase a great deal of options for veterans who are seeking care in the future. He spoke of a new access road that is going to be constructed to make it better and easier for veterans and their families to get in and out of the Huntington VA. And he spoke of veteran suicide and the services that are available.
I want to make sure every veteran in the room should have a card in here with a number to the Veterans Crisis Line. We've got some information over there to you. On the other side of that card, it's got some of the things that you may want to look for in your friends and loved ones that says this person may be at risk. The person that calls the Veteran Crisis Line does not have to be the veteran. It can be a family, it can be family or friend. And they dispatched, last year they dispatched a first responder, either law enforcement or EMS, over 10,000 times. And that's not just in our catchment area, that's nationwide. But 10,000 times, veterans called in that were in crisis enough to where they felt like they had to dispatch somebody there. So that's a big deal, and we need to do all we can. We need to do all we can to help prevent that. And if anybody has, if you want us to come to, post meetings or chapter meetings or any of those kind of things, and have some of our staff that do suicide prevention for a living and response, and provide training, awareness training, any of those kinds of things, just get in touch with me at any time, and we'll get that arranged. And we'd be more than happy to do that.
And if you are a veteran, or have a veteran in your family or in your midst who was not at the meeting, there are all sorts of places where you can get the same information and more.
My biggest thing, if a veteran thinks to get benefits, we got a clinic down at the VA in Prestonsburg. That's a pretty good place to start. They can do the paperwork, see if you're eligible for benefits. They also got a service officer down there. I'm a service officer for Chapter 15 here. We meet the first Thursday night of the month in the back of the community center here at 6 o'clock. So if somebody needs to find out some stuff, they can come to our meeting, and we'd be glad to get them in the right direction.
To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Going by just a few of the numbers, the Social Security Administration ultimately identified nearly 1,800 beneficiaries that received their benefits through Eric C. Kahn and his office. An indictment against he and his conspirators said that the Social Security Administration paid out a total of $600 million in disability benefits to thousands of people without regard as to whether or not they actually deserved the money. There are a host of other numbers that center around the 55-year-old flamboyant Floyd County attorney, as he has often been referred to. Also that he was paid $23 million from August of 2005 through September of 2015 for his work, possibly even more millions on top of that. And after a long, drawn-out battle, after so many beneficiaries lost their benefits, still a fight that's not over for them, he has pleaded guilty to 2 counts, just as of this afternoon. Just today, in federal court, Kahn pleaded guilty to 2 counts in the federal fraud case against him, guilty to 1 count of theft from the Social Security Administration, and pleaded guilty to 1 count of bribing a federal official, in this case a federal judge. He admitted in the process that the documentation that he filed to receive benefits for his clients was false, all the while being paid tens of millions of dollars by the Social Security Administration, money that could be seen in the parking lot of the Eric C. Kahn Law Complex, a $500,000 20-foot statue of Abraham Lincoln out front, and other flamboyant expenses that he was said to have made over the years. It was all today's guilty pleas, mind you, all after a federal investigation led to him being charged for falsifying medical documents to say that his clients were all disabled, paying doctors several $100s to complete evaluations supporting claims, but medical evaluations, actual medical evaluations, the federal government says that most often were not done. Paying Judge David B. Doherty up to $10,000 a month for approving his cases in court and giving benefits to his clients. The indictment also said that there were 3 people who were to have conspired, that being Doherty, as well as a psychologist from Pikeville, Alfred Bradley Adkins, who have pleaded innocent in the case. Meanwhile, Kahn now faces up to 12 years in prison. His sentencing date has been set for July the 14th. A brief community calendar tonight, just a couple of quick reminders to pass along, but we do so with the help of McGoffin Farm Bureau. Your local agent, Doug Green, is ready and waiting. 349-2416. Don't forget breakfast with the Easter Bunny. I'll mention this later on next week, but one last reminder this week. It is Saturday, April the 8th, and it is at the McGoffin County Health Department, and it does benefit the Children's Miracle Network Association, and it is just $5 for kids to come and eat pancakes and sausage and bacon with the Easter Bunny, and you can take all the pictures you want, 9 to 11, Saturday morning, April the 8th. And also a little later on in April, go ahead and mark it on your calendar. I won't remind you probably until we get closer to April the 10th, because that's when kindergarten registration starts at South McGoffin Elementary. If your child is going to be 5 years of age on or before August the 1st. Remember, there's a new law in effect now. The date has been moved up to August the 1st. They will be eligible for kindergarten, and you can register at South McGoffin by calling 884-7325 or coming by the school. And please mark this one on your calendar, and the next time I remind you, maybe I'll be talking to someone about this, their 5th annual Rockin' Barkin' Barbecue this time around at the Country Club over in Paintsville, all in an effort to raise funds and support for the Johnson County Animal Shelter, our friends at Whiskers or Wags. $35 per person. I promise you will eat. You can eat until you don't want to eat anymore, and you can be entertained as well. Tim Elkins, Troy Burchett. It's just a wonderful evening and a wonderful cause, and we'll talk with someone else about it when it gets a bit closer in a few days. And remember, whenever you've got that special announcement for your church or group or organization or what have you, or a birthday or anniversary you want everyone to know about, this right here in front of you is how you tell me so I can tell everyone else. And remember, our show is always on our YouTube channel and on our website, in case you missed it the first time, yournewstoday.com. And Your News Today by Ritt Mortimer on YouTube. And lastly tonight, provided by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, funeral service announcements with a reminder of those to be held in honor of Carolyn Sue Shepherd Rose, 35 of Hazard, who passed away on the 21st. Formerly of McGoffin County, the daughter of Pastor Robert Shepherd and the late Margaret Bailey Shepherd. She's also survived by her husband, Ronnie Rose, and her daughter, Gabrielle Fletcher. Visitation is the rest of this evening and prior to tomorrow's services at 11. Visitation and services from the Church of the Eternal God, with the McGoffin County Funeral Home in charge of arrangements. We followed the case for days, and at least 2 burglaries and possibly more tied to a Sagersville man who we now know the whereabouts of, who authorities have been looking for since they realized he was the suspect tied to the burglary of, they believe, the Carver Church and a Reed residence on River Road just days ago. Following several tips and leads on the whereabouts of 34-year-old Nicholas Patrick of Sagersville, the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department found him at an undisclosed location thus far on the right-hand fork of Oakley, an area where he was known to frequent and had over the past several days, but had been so far eluding authorities. That was until earlier today. They've been checking in the area basically on a daily basis until they made the discovery today. He did go peacefully with authorities and was lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on a count, so far a single count of receiving stolen property under $10,000. When I asked the sheriff as to whether or not there would be more charges filed, he replied simply, absolutely. Patrick is believed to have stolen a Kubota side-by-side from a Ronald Reed residence on River Road and then loaded it down with all of, well, just a truckload, literally, of personal belongings, as well as the burglary of the Carver Church a few weeks ago. And they are still trying to identify a host of other items that they recovered from him that haven't been reported stolen as of yet. So the investigation is ongoing. And while I was actually at the Sheriff's Department filming him being taken into custody just after I had left, McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Jonathan Holbrook had brought in an individual on another arrest who was also found to be in possession of a significant quantity of pills after being placed into the jailer's car, and he now faces even more charges than what he was originally arrested for. That and a couple of other reports and arrests that I have that we will have to hold off until we can have some more details available for you on sometime next week, possibly on Monday's program. And now let's turn to your Licking Valley RECC outlook, where it looks gorgeous. I mean, we've got to pay for the warm air with a few showers and maybe a few storms at times, but it's a good trade-off and no severe weather associated with any of this. So, you know, a very nice late spring forecast, if you will. Right now, as I am talking to you at the 6 o'clock hour, well, almost 6:30 now, I'm still showing 80 degrees out here in front of the office. I had 78 in the, I know when I was traveling to Paintsville earlier today to gather some news, and so I'm saying that 80 is probably pretty correct right now. We will fall down to a very comfortable 52 tonight under what will be mostly cloudy skies. No rain in the mix tonight, nothing else but just maybe a light south wind, 6 to 8 miles per hour. Winds, however, tomorrow for your Saturday are going to pick up, and we're going to see a bit of an active pattern, albeit a warm one, for your weekend. Your Saturday looks to be painted like this right now. We'll start off dry. We'll start off partly sunny as well, and we should climb back up into the upper 70s. 77, maybe even close to 80 again tomorrow, as we exceeded expectations earlier today here in the viewing area. So partly sunny, 77, a south wind 5 to 7, gusts upwards of 15, maybe 20 miles per hour as well tomorrow. That's out and ahead of some showers and storms that right now I don't think we're going to have to deal with until late tomorrow night, and maybe even after midnight and into your Sunday morning. And I have no complaints about that. It's not going to be a severe weather thing, I don't think, over the course of the overnight. Maybe some good, a few thunderstorms, a little bit of punch to them, but I don't think anything more than that. But after 3 o'clock right now is my timeline for the viewing area specifically, that being Sunday morning. And then by Sunday, we'll see showers continuing to be likely, cooling. Those showers will cool things off to about 70 degrees. Lows still in the mid-50s Sunday night. As far as the showers and likelihood on Sunday, 70%, and then down to 50% still by late Sunday night and into your Monday morning, when we'll still have a chance of some showers lingering. Only a slight chance lingering Monday morning, mostly cloudy skies and 73, but by Monday night, another system cranks up. We have another likelihood, really, a 60 to 70% chance of some showers Monday night. Temperatures, look at that, 73, 54 at the first of next week. By Tuesday, they take just a bit of a hit down to 69, but that's still pretty nice. But showers and thunderstorms are likely early and then start to wane as Tuesday goes on. 69 and 50 for your high and low. Wednesday of next week, finally down to basically partly sunny skies, a 20% chance of some showers lingering maybe up until 9 o'clock Wednesday morning or so. But Wednesday looking to be quite nice. And by Thursday of next week, we're still looking back at 70 for daytime highs, but we will not shake a chance of showers and thunderstorms any day throughout the forecast. We'll see some sun and a lot of nice conditions, but each and every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, they're all going to see that slight chance of showers. Spring showers, that is. Now, with that said, I did not plan it this way. I am 4.5 minutes short on programming. My math did not add up correctly tonight. It has nothing to do with the Kentucky game tonight, I promise, even though I'm going to take advantage of that 5 minutes around here. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, is like a lifetime, because that can mean getting the show together and put together just as it should be, or being a little rough around the edges. 30 seconds extra sometimes can mean all the world to me. So, well, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I'm literally already working on headlines. We had a few stories come in today about a few arrests and some other news and information that I will have to hold off until Monday, and I suspect between now and then there will be more news to add to that list. So, as is the case each and every night, we will have something that you will only see here. And as is the case each and every night, we are so thankful that you are tuning in and being a part of this program. Can't thank you enough for that. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. We hope Kentucky wins, and we hope to see you back here Monday for more of your news today. Good night.